welcome back to our channel Imaginary Engineering. This is Kirti. In this video, we are going to see how we can dockerize our Spring Boot application with database. So this is the event management Spring Boot project we have created in our last video, where I have explained all the things: Spring Boot security, role-based authentication, authorization, JWT token, mapping. Then I have explained the paging, sorting. We have seen all these things. If you haven't watched it, then I will recommend you go and watch that video. That's gonna really helpful. So here what we will do, we have the here in our application I'm using the database MySQL. So we will create a separate container for the our database and for our application, Spring Boot application. So here are the steps. First one, we need to pull the image from the Docker. For that, command is docker pull MySQL. Then we will create a network. Since we know when we create a container, every container has its own network and storage. If you create two separate container, then the two container will be running on their own network. But what we want to connect our MySQL database to our application. To achieve that, first thing is that they both the container must be running on the same network. To achieve this, we will create our separate container and we will create our separate network, and then we run our container in the same network. So we will create a network and then we will create the container. Here is the command to run the container, and then we will update our application.properties file. So let's implement all this step one by one. First step is pull the MySQL image from the Docker. So let me copy and paste it here. Docker pull MySQL version 8.44. If that image is locally available, then it will take it from there, and if image is not available, then it will be downloaded from the Docker Hub. It will take some time. Now our image is ready. So let's check the images, Docker images. Here you see images MySQL tag 8.4 image ID, and this is our image is ready. Now second step, to create the network. So let me copy this command, docker network create, and enter. I think I have already have this network. So let me change the name. We'll call demo net and click on enter. This network has been created, and if you want to see all the network which are available, therefore we can have the command docker network ls. It will list down all the network, and demonet, this is the one we have just created, and by default driver type is bridge. So second step is also done. Then third step, we will run the docker container. First we will see the command docker run. Then I have given the name to our database, to our container name MySQL Then network name is in here my network, but in our case our network name is demo hyphen net. Then we pass the environment variable MySQL password 1234. Then database. Inside the container we will create the database and call it event. Then we create a new user. I have given the name Kirti. Then password 1234. In detach mode, for that pass the flag -d and image name MySQL. So let me copy this command. Copy, go here, paste it, okay, and change the network name. Instead of my network, our network name is demo hyphen net. Enter. Now this container is running. Let's check docker ps. Here you can see this is the container is running MySQL image we are using. Now I will go inside that container, this MySQL. For that command is docker execute -it interactive mode. Container ID I will pass, and then MySQL. We have to log into our MySQL database. So MySQL username, I have passed the Kirti, KRTI, and password. Enter. Password I will type 1234 and enter. Now we have successfully logged into our container. Here you can see the MySQL shell. So let's check the databases which are available. Show databases data. So here you can see here event database. If you remember, here we have given this environment variable MySQL database event. That's why this event database you can see here. So let's use this event and see what are the tables inside that. For that command is show tables. Right now there is no table inside this empty set. I will exit. Yeah. Now we exit from this container. So next step is update our application properties file. I will go to this application properties. Here I'm using the local database. Now we have already created the container for the MySQL database, so we'll use that. If I do docker ps, here is our container name MySQLDB. We will use this container name instead of the localhost. And port is same 3306. Here you can see the port is 3306 and username is Kirti. Password is 1234. And then next I will create the docker file. So what I will do, I will use the same file that we have created in our last project. So first let me create one here, docker file. I will go back to our old project, demo project, and I will copy this docker image from here. Control Z, copy, and come back to our event management, open Spring Boot event management. Okay, this window. Yeah. So go to this docker file. I will paste it here. So here first base image I'm using the OpenJDK. Then we copy the jar file. First we have to create the build the our jar file here. Click on yum maven. You can directly use this and run the command. Otherwise you can click on this package install. I will click on install and click on this button run maven build. It will build the jar file. It will take some time. Here we got the one error while test. What we can do, we can skip the test. For that we have the command package d skip test. Here you can use this command, or what we can do, you can see this toggle. Just click on that toggle skip test mode, and this will here now you can see there is a dash on test. It will skip this test and again try to build the jar. I hope this time we will not get any error. Yeah, now this build success. Inside this target folder, you can see event demo.jar. If I show you my form.xml file, here I have given the name event demo. That's why this is the event demo.jar. So let's go to our docker file and modify our docker file. Here our jar file name is event demo dot then here also event demo dot and here also we need to change. Okay, now we have updated our Docker file. Let's go to the terminal and build the new image using this Docker file. So for run the command docker build -t event demo and no, this is the Docker file path. Enter. Now we have the image. Let's use this image and run the container. So docker run expose the port mapping. Here if I show you our port is our application is running on 5000. So I'm using the 5002 and 5000 for the container port. This is our host port and this is our container port. Then next I will pass the network. As I already explained before, we want this both the container running on the same network so they can communicate. So we can connect our MySQL database to our application. Our network name is demo net. I want it in a detached mode and our image name is event demo. Okay, event demo. Now click enter. Here our docker is container is running. Let's check docker ps. Here we have the two container, one for the database and one for the application. Our application is running on 5002. So let's go to our postman. Here register. In our database there is no user right now, so and our URL is 5002 and click on the send. Here we get the message user has created. If I try to log in using this email ID, the user we have created is Kirti, name, email and password. So go to the login and body I have passed the same email and password kirti@1234 and try to log in. Let me check the URL. Yeah, in localhost 5002 we have passed. Click on send. Here we are getting the message 200 and JWT token. Let me copy this token. What I will do, I will add the event. So let's go to the add event. Here we will add the event and this localhost 5002 and let me copy this our token here, otherwise you will get the authentication error. Inside this body I will pass the event music and click on send. Here new event has been created. So let's go to our now. Here I will go inside this MySQL and we will see that user table and event table is created or not. So we'll have the command for that. This is the command docker execute it container name mysql -v user and password. Enter. It will ask for the password 1234. Enter. Now we are on a MySQL shell. So I will choose the first. I will show you the databases. We have this event database. Use the event database. Then show the tables. Now you can see these three tables has been created. If I show the run the command select string from user Here is the user, this Kirti at the rate 1234. This user we have just created. The user is successfully created, and then next is table event. So let's check this table also. And event we have added, this is the music event we have just added. So all the things are working fine. Let me exit, clear this terminal. So here what we have done, we have created the two separate container, one for the database and one for the application. First we create the let me go to the steps. Here first we create the MySQL container and then we create the app container. But what if I want to run the both the container by just one command? So for that I will use the Docker Compose. Docker Compose help us to run the multiple container. So instead of all the things, I will just create the Docker Compose file and run this all to container. So first I will remove all the Docker image and container that I have. So let me go and check what are the containers we have. So let me remove that. For that we have the command docker rm 1299. Since these both container are running, so we need to forcefully delete or remove that. So pass the flag -f and docker images. Docker images. We have the two images right now. Let me remove that images also. I'm sorry, docker rmi and event demo. And image we have the MySQL 8.4. Yeah, now everything is deleted. So next I will create this Docker Compose file. Right click, new file, Docker compose.yml, enter. Like our application.properties file, we have this Docker Compose file, YML file. So here I will give the services. Inside that I will give the service name, let's say app, then build. So this build I will give our Docker file path dot, then next ports I want to give, let's say 5000, and our app is running on the 5000. Also the next service for the MySQL. So MySQL DB. First we have to pull the image from the Docker Hub. So image MySQL 8.4 version. Let me give some space here. Yeah. Then you have to pass the environment variable also. So for that, if you see in our steps, you have to pass all this environment variable. Let me copy these things here from here. Copy this file. I will paste this. Not equal to, we have the colon here. Here basically we pass the environment variable, root password, database name, user and password. Next also I want to provide the port number. So port 3360. Port number here I will pass the 3360 colon 3360. Let me change this port. I will say 33601. And then next I will create the network also. Networks, let's name it demo event tab, and driver by default is bridge, so let's pass the bridge. And here I will say demo need, demo event need, and this container also I want to pass the network, so network name is demo event need, and I will copy this line and pass it for the MySQL database also. So here our Docker Compose file is ready. Here this container, this will run the two container. First one is uh, for the Spring Boot application, and second one is for the MySQL database. Here this is the service name, you can give the anything you want. App I have given, you can give the anything. Then build this point to our Docker file, port, network, then image, we pull the MySQL image, then pass the environment variable, then we have given the port number, then we have created the network, and our network name is this demo event network, and we pass that network in our both the container. So just make sure that our all the containers running on this same network. So here I have given the name MySQLDB in our application properties. Here we pass the container name MySQLDB. So make sure that you have passed the same container name here also. Now next we'll run the command docker compose up build, and then it will run the multiple container term docker. Okay, spelling mistake, my bad. Yeah, now it's correct. Enter. Here you see it started pulling the MySQL image. I guess it's done. So let's go. First I will show you this Docker Compose file. Here our app is running on port 5000. So let's go to our Postman. Here first I will go to the register, change the port 5000, click on send. Yeah, new user has been created, means all the things are working. If I log in, click on send. Here I got the new JWT token. If I go to this add event and let's create the new event, click on send. To authentication error, I forget to copy this JWT token. Copy. You need to pass this JWT token. Choose the authorization error token. Here we go. I'll pass this JWT token. Click on send. Now this event has been created. So let me go to the terminal. Here I will open the another terminal and run the docker ps. Let me correct this spelling. Docker ps. Here you can see we have the two container running. So we go inside this MySQL container. For that command in docker -it, then container id c4b, then MySQL. I'm logging into my MySQL database. Username is Kirti and pass the password. Then I will type my password 1234. Enter. Now we have the MySQL. Let me go to the show databases. Event. Use event database. Then show tables. Here you can see these three tables. Then let me go to the select asterisk from user, and here is the user that we have just created here. So everything is working fine. So we have seen how we can create this container using the network, and second way we have created this Docker Compose file. and run the multiple container. So I hope you like this video. And yeah, one more thing I want to share. Here I have used this name MySQL and same name I have given for this URL MySQL That's why I haven't updated my jar file. If you given something else, so make sure that whenever you update anything in code, make sure to build the new jar file. Okay. So yeah, this is all for this video. And yeah, I want to share the one more thing. I have seen the many people just watch the video but don't subscribe. So I will request you, if you are watching this video and you like it, you learn something new, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Imaginary Engineering.